This is the 014 Gasworks Peckett, 7mm Gasworks Peckett. This is mine, the one I'm keeping, and this one is radio controlled. Now, I've just this second got it running. Power plant on this is a high level. It's the shunting one, the slowest one, because I need distance between the driving axle and the motor itself. Now, because I've got a maximum of 3.7 volts on this, I've chosen the lowest ratio, i.e. the highest speed, to give me, as it were, a reasonable speed at 3.7 volts. That reasonable speed is still a very slow speed, but acceptable for a shunting layout. So the motor is in the firebox, it doesn't protrude into the cab at all. That's the motor there. On the back of it, you can see some electronic gubbins there. That's the receiver. The battery is tucked safely into the saddle tank, and in fact the charging socket and on-off switch are glued to the bottom of the chassis, and you can see a teeny rectangle protruding below the frames there. That's the tab of the on-off switch. So, as I say, this one's radio controlled. It's turned on at the moment, just to prove it works. Even goes backwards as well. Now, we have a lubricator on this side, so we have a lubricator drive there. The lubricator itself is, of course, a resin print, but the shaft that goes into it and all the gubbins is, of course, nickel, silver and brass where relevant. So the print is only supporting the brass, so there should be no problem with wear on that. Now, the only mildly interesting thing about that is this pivot. I wonder if I can zoom in. The pivot at the bottom of it there, that is a hypodermic needle. It's quite a small hypodermic needle. I've now got into the habit of silver soldering hypodermic needles in, so I can then put a blind pinhead in to make a neat joint, if you see what I mean. Hypodermic needles silver solder very nicely, and you can buy them quite cheaply, and one needle does quite a few joints, so it's quite cost effective. So anyway, we have a runner, at least for interest's sake. That is full speed on this, which on a small shunting layout will have to do. So, a Gasworks Peckett undressed.